Hi everyone, my name is Shannon Moffett. I am a NetSuite account manager for Business Solution Partners. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about what a NetSuite business review is, what to expect during the call, and why you should do one. So what is a business review? It is a 60 to 90 minute conversation with your NetSuite team where we are going to analyze how NetSuite is supporting your business. And we're going to do that in two ways. We are going to figure out how you are leveraging the NetSuite you already have. Are you using it to its fullest potential? And if there's anywhere else in your business that you could use some automation, we're going to see if NetSuite can help you with that. Now that we understand what a business review is, let's talk about who should be on the call. As I said, it's a call with your NetSuite team. So from the NetSuite side, that means your NetSuite account manager and a NetSuite solutions consultant. If you go through a NetSuite reseller like Business Solution Partners, one of them will also be on the call. From your perspective, who should you bring on the call? We recommend you bring all of your NetSuite power users, the managers of the teams that use NetSuite the most, or the person who uses NetSuite the most. Your NetSuite administrator, your finance team, your warehouse team, your operations team. It differs for every company. But whoever for you is using the NetSuite most day in and day out, because they'll be the ones who will be able to speak to most about the troubles you're having with NetSuite, what's going right, and how you could be leveraging it better. Okay, so now that we understand at a high level what a business review is and who's going to be on the call, let's get really specific about the goals of this conversation. Business reviews are a huge initiative for NetSuite, and the reason is twofold. Number one, they want to make sure that their reps understand you and your business to the best that they can. That helps us serve you better. But also, this is a way for you to truly understand how well you are leveraging the NetSuite you are paying for. The number one thing I hear from clients is, I don't know what I don't know about NetSuite. Business reviews are a way to stop that problem, for you to really get a full view of the NetSuite you have and what you could potentially be using down the line. First up is introductions. Get to know everyone that's on the phone call. This is great if we haven't met you before. This is a great way for you to meet our team and for us to meet your team. Pretty self-explanatory on that. Then we do a quick overview of your business, understanding your revenue, how many employees you have, where you're located, things of that nature. That helps us sort of gauge this conversation. As you can imagine, a $100 million company has a lot different needs than a $10 million company. So we want to make sure we're starting with the correct understanding of your business. Next, we move on to the technology landscape, meaning we want to understand and have in our records everyone else you are using to run your business. The reason that's helpful for us is because it might help us understand if you are having some issues with slowness in NetSuite. Maybe it's because we're using a lot of things in the tech stack. We can help you solve that problem. Also, it might help you understand if you're having some redundancies. Maybe you're using another software, but NetSuite already has that functionality built in. That would allow you to potentially save some money. Okay, so the business assessment is really the bread and butter of this conversation. I'll show you what that looks like in a minute, but basically this is us going through the swim lanes of your NetSuite usage to make sure you are leveraging your NetSuite to the best of your ability. We will show you what you're licensed for and to what level you are using it. Sometimes there's gaps there, sometimes there's not. And then at the very end, we try and leave time for question and answer. However, generally by the time the business assessment is done, most of your questions have been answered. However, we still do leave time for that. Okay, so in your NetSuite business review, the business assessment is where you're going to spend the majority of your time. This is where you're going to learn the most about your NetSuite system and how you're leveraging it. This is my favorite part of the business review, and it really is the meat and potatoes of the whole phone call. So here's what it looks like. I'll walk you through it. On the left-hand side is the process area. On this slide, we have financial management and reporting, sales and order management, billing and collections, revenue management. Don't worry if you don't see something that's important to you on this slide. This is just one example. There are generally 3 to 4 slides going over all of the process areas. Every presentation is different depending on the client. So this is just an example. And then going from left to right here on the top, so we have the process area, and then we have manual, foundational, competitive, best in class. These are classifications that NetSuite uses to determine the complexity of the licensing you have and to the extent that you are leveraging that. That might not have made a whole lot of sense. So let me jump in and give you an example to make it clear. So financial management and reporting. Let's look at this. As we can see, we are licensed for competitive abilities in financial management and reporting. Keep in mind also that these aren't necessarily gospel. NetSuite doesn't look directly into your instance. They don't do that to protect your privacy as a client. So the system has to take sort of some guesses here onto how you're leveraging the software. So even if this isn't 100% accurate, don't get too caught up in that. Really, truly, this is just to open a conversation between you and the solutions consultant. So this is just a starting point. Don't get too caught up in the details. But okay, as we can see here, this person is licensed competitively, but their usage is only at the foundational level. So the solutions consultant would see that and they would say, okay, tell me about how you're using financial management and reporting within NetSuite. You would explain a little bit and they would say, oh, okay, it sounds like, you're licensed for advanced financials, for example. It sounds to me as though you're not using that. Are you aware that you have this? Are you aware of the functionality? Let me break it down for you. And then we can sort of figure out why is this gap here? Why does this gap exist? And what do we need to do to close it so that your usage is aligned with the money you're spending at NetSuite? A huge part of this is to make sure you are using everything you have within NetSuite. The number one thing I hear from my NetSuite clients is, I don't know what I don't know about NetSuite. This graph is a perfect way to try and fix that. So, okay, we've talked a little bit about the gaps, right? There's a few gaps here. There's one here, there's one in selling and order management. But there is something to be learned if you are completely aligned as well. So here in billing and collections, we're aligned with our licensing. Okay, great. Either we know we're completely aligned and everything's fine and we can move on with our day, or if you know that you still have some pain points around your billing and collections process and you would like some more automation or some more systematic approach, we know that we have achieved everything we can achieve with the licensing we have. So what comes next? Is it another NetSuite module? Is it a Suite Developer Network partner, SDM partner? Those are the people, those are the companies rather that work really well with NetSuite that provide some additional functionality that NetSuite doesn't have. So here we can learn, okay, maybe everything is going great with billing, but maybe it's not. We know we are at our licensing limit. So what do we need to do to help you achieve more automation and more success in your billing and collections? This is a great way for you to either recognize gaps or to confirm that you are using everything just the way it should be. That's why I really like these business assessments. I feel like NetSuite is so big and the functionality is so wide, you almost just can never know everything there is to know. So this is a way to try and fix that for you. As a NetSuite account manager, I have done probably close to 100 of these business reviews at this point, and I have some tips to make this a successful call for you. My number one tip, is to align your expectations of the call with the purpose of the call. By watching this video, you've already accomplished that, hopefully, but let me make it really clear. The purpose of this call is to align your NetSuite licensing with your business needs. I understand it's really frustrating when you have a tech support case open or you're, frustrated with how NetSuite bills you as a customer. But the people you're on the phone with are not going to be able to assist you with those things. So don't come in with that expectation and then be frustrated when you don't get those questions answered. NetSuite is a highly siloed place to work. Your account managers and solutions consultants are able to talk to you about licensing and business needs. They are not tech support, and they're not going to be able to help you on this phone call. My second tip is to make sure you bring on your power users and business process owners onto this call. We want to make sure we're addressing all your business needs, but we can't do that if your business process owners aren't on the call. I've had a lot of calls where it's just been the finance team, and that's great. We love you. We love the finance team. But then when we ask about the sales process and try and help you leverage your NetSuite better, we're sort of left with a gap of understanding if your sales team isn't represented on the call. So please bring process owners of multiple parts of your business. Anyone who's using NetSuite, please bring on someone who can speak to that part of the business. My third tip is to come with questions. Obviously, I know you're going to have some, but we know what we're going to talk to you about. We know the questions we want to ask. We have a presentation for you, but please bring the questions that you want to ask about your NetSuite licensing. Ask the question, bring the questions, talk to your team, have a list of questions for us. We have an hour and a half. We would love to fill that time and make sure you get your questions asked too. Now that you understand what a business review call is, and hopefully I've gotten you excited to do one with your NetSuite team, how do you schedule one? It's really easy. Just reach out to your NetSuite account manager. As I said, this is a huge initiative for NetSuite. Your account manager may have already reached out to you about this, but that's it. Find your NetSuite account manager, reach out to them. They have to do a few internal phone calls, do some scheduling behind the scenes. It might take a few weeks to get on the calendar, but truly, just reach out to your account manager and they will handle the rest. So that's it. That's a NetSuite business review. It is really well worth your time. My customers have come away with a better understanding of how NetSuite can help them now and in the future. Please reach out to your account manager and schedule one.